It feels so good to be out, even though I am just walking down the road to the river today. I have been sick with, I guess, what they call influenza A, even though I didn't have flu-like symptoms. It was just mostly head cold, not even chest cold. And it's kind of gone into my sinuses now, but I feel so much better after, I don't know, I guess it was almost 5 days. So I just had to get out. The temperature is I think it was 41 when I left the house just a few minutes ago. I even put some laundry out on the line because it's sunny. And I just want that nice fresh air smell on my sheets. So feels good, glad to be out again. February so far has been very strange, very dry, and somewhat warm. So hoping to get some more snow, especially up in the mountains before this winter ends. See you on the next hike. So I am back on a hike. I am back on the Rapid Lightning Trail, and it looks like it promises to be a little muddy. It is, as you can see, it's a cloudy, overcast day, but it is 40 degrees, and we'll see how far we go today. So far, there's been a little mud, and there's even a little snow. And of course, the snow is packed down and a little icy, so it's been a little tricky to walk across. This part of the trail, it's almost like a sand. And a lot of the trail has this on there. This is a trail that I do when the mountains are full of snow and I can't get up to higher elevations, so I'll come and do this because it gives me some mileage. I can make this about 7 miles, or I can shorten it up a little bit. So we'll just see what the trail looks like as we get further, because like I said, it's started off a little muddy. There's some more traces of mud, but there's one section that usually gets a lot of mud, so we'll just see what it's like. As you can see, it really looks like it wants to rain, but it's not supposed to come till tonight. So I'm hoping that it does, because I've got a ways to walk back if that's the case, not too far. But I've been wet before in the rain, so no biggie, but I didn't really bring my rain jacket. I brought my puffy, and if that gets wet, I can just put it in the dryer and dry it out. So, but the trail is, like I said, muddy a little. Not bad yet. Pack River looks pretty calm right now. We're coming up on the rocky section. I always like to have my trekking poles with me because there's been a couple of times that I've done this where I didn't have them, and a rock got under my foot and I was gonna roll. Oops, I'm up above. There it is. I was showing you the river. And I've rolled, but it's not too treacherous. I mean, if you're young, they just kind of go down it, but when you get older, it's just nice to have it for balance.
It's actually pretty nice right now. I think the clouds deterred people from being on the trail right now, so I am the only one. There's one of the mountains over there. I don't know if that's the Monarchs or the Cabinets, probably. So this first homestead has almost completely been reclaimed by nature. The first time we came here, the trees were small and you could really see it, but it's disappearing. You see that the trees are growing in amongst it. It wasn't a very big homestead or house. I guess just long enough to have a bed. And I'm not even sure if they had like a cook stove in here or not. But that's, maybe a little table, but it was probably a single person maybe. Second homestead has not been totally reclaimed. What's interesting about this one is it looks like it might have been used in more modern times, I guess, because you've got these little flower pots. I guess they're made out of metal to hold the flowers in them. Huh. Oh, there's the door over there. I guess I never noticed that. This one is a little bigger, it looks like. Had more windows. And they had the door, there's part of the roof, over here. Wonder why. Instead of having it the other way. But again, it wasn't very big, but this one's bigger than the other one. There's actually remnants of another one under this window. But here's this window, and you can see it was a little bit longer than the other one. Probably not about the same width, but longer. So maybe you could have more in there. And what's nice is that your homestead was right by the river, so it would have been fish, deer. Sunshine. Yay! It's gonna go, but for a minute I got it. And here's Trout Creek and the great little bridge. Last time I was here, there was hardly any water, but she's flowing today. Oh, beautiful. Look how pretty that is. How it just cascades over the rocks. Gorgeous. So I'm not going to do the lollipop section, which kind of goes up around the river, or borders the river a little bit, but I remember that section being kind of muddy, and it's been really muddy, so I think I'm going to skip that and go a little bit further before I turn around. I call these two trees the centuries. They're good-sized trees, and you walk through them, and it appears as if they are guarding the trail as you enter from that particular trailhead there, which is the Trout Creek trailhead. I, of course, started at the Rapid Lightning. So you can see this tree, he's good size, and his mate here is good size too. And they are beautiful cedars. I removed my puffy vest because it's 44 degrees, so it's pretty warm, even though it doesn't look like it, and I can still feel a chill, but it's pretty warm to hike in, so it's nice. So I'm turning around at the Century trees, and I'm going to go back. I'll get a little over 6 miles today. Wow, it's turning into a better day than I thought. Look at that. It looks like sunshine a little bit. Like I said, 44 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer. This trail is, like I said, quite muddy, but everything... we did have that snow, and so everything's melted and muddied up the trail a bit. And I don't know if we'll get any more snow. Every once in a while they say on the forecast that we will, but it's really hard to know. Moss, oh, moss. There's the Selkirks in the distance. I've decided to get a video of them now because I don't know if the clouds are going to cover them or not. This section here is usually where you'll find a lot of mud if there's going to be any. And it's quite muddy. I've seen it muddier, but it goes up for a stretch. Coming back through Homestead Alley here. It would have been a great place to be. And there's the rocky section. It's up a little, not bad, but you do climb. So there's some more of the Selkirks, and to the left there you can see the ski slopes up at Schweitzer. Zoom in maybe. There we go, a little bit more. There's been a couple of trees that have been across the trail, but nothing bad. It looks like they've done some work. That windstorm that we had in December brought a lot of trees down. So they haven't got to this one. Maybe it just went down not too long ago. And there's another one further up that I haven't got to yet that was down, but I noticed other places that were cleared. So thank you to those that are clearing the way for us. This was a big one that fell, but luckily it didn't fall on the trail. It goes way back there. Yeah. Right about there was where the trunk was. So I have a microphone that I've had for a while, and so I'm trying this out to see how it works, or if it works. I don't know if it's connected properly or not, but we're trying this out, and maybe we can get better quality, like if I put the camera off and try to talk as I'm walking past it or something. So we'll see. Just playing around a little bit. I'm not very techy, so we'll see what happens. There's a lot of usnea on the trail. Just don't pick it off the tree because you can kill the core and it won't grow back. But if you find it on the ground, it's very medicinal. I actually have a spray of usnea. It's a tincture and it sprays, and you spray it on the back of your throat, and it helps your virus, or I don't know if it helps flu. It might. It's a wonderful plant. I've used it to instead of an antibiotic to get rid of an infection. It works so fast. A couple days and it was gone. So to see it on the ground, you clean it off a little bit. You can also use it to like a band-aid to stop up blood, or to stop blood flow, I guess. And like I said, infection. I'm not sure what else it's good for, but I've used it a lot and I love it. If there's only one plant that I would have access to, that's one of them. Another one is rosemary. Rosemary's wonderful too. Try to keep my keys from jingling. They fell out of the pouch that I had, so I hooked them on, and I'm making lots of noise. Gotta watch where I'm walking to. It's really muddy in this section. So while I was laid up and sick, I was watching a thru hiker. It's pretty fun to watch because he documented every day and talked about a lot of things. Had a really good attitude. Seemed like a great guy, or seems like a great guy. Anyway, just got me hungering for backpacking season, and doing a few more backpack trips that I want to do. I'll see. I always say that and then I end up hardly doing anything, but got a new friend that wants to get back into backpacking, so she might be interested in doing a few, which would be fun. But one of the biggest problems that I have just even hiking is I'll try to talk myself out of going and not getting on the trail because, oh, the weather looks bad or, you know, some other silly reason. And this one would have been one that I probably would have talked myself out of, but the weather turned out to be pretty nice. It's not raining, just a little bit of mud on the trail, but great time. Thank you for joining me on this hike today. Like I said, I almost talked myself out of coming because the weather didn't look like it was going to be dry. When I had to make a stop at Walmart and it was sprinkling a little bit, and so I thought, oh, maybe I'm going to get wet, but I kept going, which is good, and it turned out to be a really good hike. I haven't hiked that many miles in a while, so it felt really good. First it was the windstorm and I just didn't get out, and then I got sick for a few days. Oh, something just fell. So it was a really good day to be out. Even though it was cloudy, there was a couple rays of sun, which made it pretty nice. And that's always such a beautiful trail with the homesteads and the river right there. It's one of my favorite to do when I can't get up into the upper elevation because there's snow. So thank you so much for coming along with me. I really appreciate the comments that you make, and if you haven't subscribed, it's like getting a star as a kid, I guess, because I get excited when I see that I have new subscribers. And as I mentioned, I think before, I'm not really doing this to make any money on it. I'm just doing it to encourage people that are older, seniors, or even if you're, you know, in your 40s and 50s, just to get out and enjoy God's creation because it's absolutely stunning. And there's so much to see. So subscribe so that you'll see some new content come up. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.